Hi everyone, in today's video I'm going to show you how to draw this simple winter illustration. For this tutorial I made some special brushes that are free, you can download them, link is in the description. You can also download the color palette for this drawing. And before we start, I wanted to let you know that I'm on Patreon. I have many more tutorials like this in there, so please check it out, link is in the description. And now with all that said, let's start. Let's make a new canvas, A4 canvas from Procreate. And here's the color palette we are going to use. First we can color the background. Let's take this color and just drag and drop it in there. Now let's make a new layer to draw the capsule shape. Let's pick the color, take this one, and let's pick the brush. Let's go to calligraphy and take monoline brush. My brush size will be 35%. And we are going to draw a circle here. Hold your pencil on the screen and now you can put your finger here to make this a perfect circle. Let's use the arrow tool to move it to the middle of the canvas. I have here uniform option selected and snapping turned on. Let's tap here to finish. And now we want to duplicate this circle. So let's open the layers and swipe the layer to the left and pick duplicate. Let's use the arrow tool to move it down. Let's move it somewhere like this. Tap here to finish. And now we can draw here two lines connecting those circles. So let's draw a line like this. Hold your pencil on the screen. Now you can put your finger here to make this a vertical line. We can use here this edit shape and we can move it to make sure they're connected nicely. Tap with your finger on the screen when you finish. And let's do the same on the other side. Now we want to color this whole shape inside. First we have to merge those two layers together. So let's tap on this layer here and pick merge down. Now we can just drag and drop the color in there. You can hold your pencil on the screen here and swipe it to the left or right to adjust the color drop threshold. So now that we have this shape ready, I want to have this also outlined. So I'm just going to duplicate this layer. Let's swipe it to the left and pick duplicate. Let's tap on the layer underneath it. And we want to color this in different color. Take this one, white, and just drag and drop it in there. Now we cannot see this, we have to make this bigger. Let's take the arrow tool. And let's just make it slightly bigger. Then we can move it and it will snap to the middle of the canvas. If you want to have here those lines thicker, we can change this to freeform. And just extend it here this way. And then move it back to the middle. Let's tap here to finish. And now we can start adding our illustration inside this purple capsule. Let's open the layers and let's tap on this top layer here. Let's make a new layer above it and we are going to draw the mountain here. Let's pick the color, take this one and we can draw here a line like this for the mountains. And let's close this shape. Color this inside. And now we want this shape to be visible only on this purple shape. So to do that, we can just set this layer to clipping mask. Now let's make a new layer to draw the trees in front of this mountain. We can also set this to clipping mask. And now let's change the color. Take this one. And let's draw here a shape like this. Let's close this shape and color it inside. We can add here some trees. I made some special brushes for this. They are free, you can download them, link is in the description. I'm going to take here 1 different sizes. And with the brush size 14%, we can add those trees here like this. Now let's make another layer for more trees in front of those. Let's set it to clipping mask and change the color now. Take this one. And we can start here actually with the trees too. We can just draw a line like that. And now we can take the monoline brush and just finish this shape. Let's color this inside. We are going to create one more layer of the trees. Let's set this to clipping mask and change the color now. Take this one and draw the shape. Let's close this shape and color it inside. And now let's take the brush with the trees. Here we can maybe make them a little bit bigger. Let's make the brush size 20%. And now we can create here one more layer, the closest to us, the hill that the deer will be standing on. So let's make this layer. Again, set it to clipping mask. And let's pick the color now. For this we'll take this color. And let's go back to the monoline brush. And draw a hill here like that. Close the shape. And color this inside. Now we can blur some of those layers here in the back, because the things that are in the back will not be so visible and clear like the ones that are in front. So let's go back to this layer of the mountain. This one. And let's go to the adjustments now and pick Gaussian blur. Swipe your pencil and screen to the blur size. And let's blur this maybe 5%. Now let's go to this layer with the trees in front of the mountains, this one. And here we can use the Gaussian blur too. And let's make the blur a little bit smaller, maybe 3%. And now we can move to those trees. Let's add the blur size here, 2%. And this we can leave as it is. Let's add now here some shading. We want those mountains and trees to be darker at the top of them. So let's start with the mountains. Let's go to this layer. And to add some color in there, we can set this layer to alpha lock. Let's change the color. Take this one. And let's change the brush here. Let's go to airbrushing and take soft brush. Let's make the brush size 10%. And we can just add this color here on top of the mountains like this. Now let's do the same to those trees here. Let's go to this layer, set it to alpha lock, and change the color. Let's take this one and color the top part of this layer. Let's move on to this layer. Set it to alpha lock, change the color to this one, and color the top part of it. And now this layer, set it to alpha lock, change the color to this one, and color the top part of it. Now let's add some shading to this bottom layer with the snow. So let's set this layer to alpha lock and change the color here. Let's take this one, and here we can add this color from the bottom, like that. Let's also add some shading to the sky. So let's open the layers, go to this shape here, and set this layer to alpha lock. Change the color to this one, and add this color at the top. Now we can still add here sun. Let's make a new layer for this. Above this purple shape, let's change the color. Take this one. Let's go back to the monoline brush and draw a circle here. Hold your pencil on the screen and put your finger here to make this a perfect circle. And we can use this edit shape to move this. Let's color this inside. And I would like to add some shine to this sun. For this I'm going to go to the adjustments and I will take bloom. Now we can swipe the pencil on the screen to the bloom size. And here at the bottom we can change other settings. And my settings are like this: main slide 12%, transition 38%, size 56% and burn 38%. Let's tap here to finish. Now we can add here our deer. Let's make a new layer for this. And let's move this all the way to the top. Let's change the color. Take this one. And here we can use my free brush, deer. And here my deer size will be 24%. And I'm just going to stamp him here. Now I can use the arrow tool to move him, and I can also make him bigger or smaller if I want to. Let's add some shading to him too. Let's set this layer to alpha lock. Let's change the color to this one. And let's go back to the soft brush. So go to airbrushing and take soft brush. And here maybe let's make the brush size 9% and add it to the top part of him, like that. Now we can add here some shadow underneath him. For this, let's open the layers. Let's make a new layer and move it underneath the deer. Let's change the color. Take this one, and with the smaller brush, 3%, we can add some shadow here underneath him, very lightly. We can still maybe add here some more shadow on the snow, creating very small hills here like this. And now in the end, we are still going to add here snow. Let's make a new layer for this, on top of everything. And also we are going to set this to clipping mask. Let's change the color, take the white one. And here we can use the brush. It is in elements and it's driven snow. And with the brush size 55%, let's just add it here like this. And now this illustration is finished. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and I hope you can share your drawing with me on my Instagram. I would love to see it. And now I still have a special shout out for my big fan supporters on Patreon. Thank you so much for being there with me. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Bye!